Alright, so what we got here is a 2004 Honda CR-V. I just got finished making a video on putting the spark plugs in there. Now I'm going to take the rest of this stuff off and get this valve cover taken care of. Now if you want to see the spark plug video, you can go back and check that out later. One of the problems I had was every one of these tabs busted off. Kind of sucks. Not much you can do about it. Be careful with some of these little doodads. Okay, you lose the pieces, and the puzzle doesn't work so good. It's not so much fun anymore. So let's get this thing raised up enough to come off. Goodness, there we go. That's enough slack. Get that pushed out of the way. Probably get some of this other stuff loosened up a bit. See how this looks. I'll probably blow it off with some air. Whoa, 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 whoa. Air. Alright, so I got everything blown off really good. Want to make sure that all the tassels and leaves and dirt and whatnot is blown out of the way. And some things, if you can get a little bit more space by moving some of the stuff out of the way, that's nice. You need all the space you can get. Just be careful, some of this stuff is crispy and it'll crunch and break and you'll have problems. We don't want problems. Let's see. All this junk on the side here is bolted on. Bracket. Trying to find that bracket. This whole thing is stuck on there. Seems like, yeah, it's got a bolt pretty far down, so I might just leave all that there. It's not impeding the side of this, but it'd be nice to get things a little more flexible. This is loose. I got this so I can push it back. Push this back a little bit. See how this looks. Probably want to get rid of the dipstick. Dipstick is going to be in the way a little bit there. It's nice to have a magnet around in case you drop one of these tiny little things. Seems like every one of them wants to go somewhere else. Alright, so all the way around, you're going to have these little rubber doodads. I like to get them off. Now sometimes these are stuck on there really good, so you'll have to mess with it quite a bit. These are coming off nicely. And they do have an oil side, so these are a sealing item. It's a good idea to replace them, because this one here in the middle looks like it leaks a little bit. So yeah, dipstick's got to go. See, it's plenty long, and if you leave it in there, it's going to cause problems when you try to lift it out. Lift this valve cover off. if you leave these on there, chances are when you're trying to get everything loose and get this valve cover off of here, they get shook loose and then they fall into the motor and leave a mess, and you don't want that. So it's better just to get them off. Sometimes they come apart. So hi, baby girl. Hi. Let me throw your ball for you. There you go. If you're wondering, that's Nebula. She is getting big and she's doing real good. We're learning. She's training. So. There we go. And we got this thing here. All this stuff is real crispy from getting hot and things, so don't get too disturbed if it gets all messed up. Just have to go to the dealer and order a new one or something, because there's no way out of it. Get you some WD. Don't be scared with the WD, just get it, get after it. You gotta start working to find your place that gets it up. Hit it again. Sometimes these things are just stuck on there big time. At least they don't leak. Alright, so let's see how that looks, if we get any movement out of it. Have to work on this other side. Get it loose. Now this other side is plastic, so it looks like it's a little more forgiving. It didn't get as much heat. Somebody's got their turbo running there. Turbo City, baby. Might have to pull this. Yeah, might have to pull this airbox cover to give me a little more space. You stay here, Nebula. Stay here. One of the reasons why that intake tube is busted, which I pointed out in my previous video, that this intake tube is busted clean off. It's busted clean off. Junk. I ordered a new one, but you know that the reason why that thing is messed up is because you take it to get an oil change, and they go to check the air filter, and they don't take this clamp loose right here. And take this clamp loose and get this out of the way. They just pull this whole thing up. But whenever they do it that way, you got problems. Because this thing is brittle. Maybe it's normal for these to bust. I don't know. Let's see if I can get this thing off. It's got the intake air temperature right next to it there. Some WD on it. Both of those got to come out anyway, because I'm replacing this intake bellows here. It's got that stupid hose on it. Hose is not forgiving enough to get it around when you see it. Anyway, so there's the intake temperature doodad. See if I can get this hose out of it. Rascal. There we go. All right. So this end of it is busted clean off. So we get the new one. It probably doesn't come with this little metal doodad here, so need to make sure that I get it off of it before I throw it away, and make sure that the new part matches apples for apples. It might be different, I don't know. Well, that thing's in there good. Woo. It's got a pretty good sized barb on it. So yeah, that's what we got. So we'll throw that over there for now, and wait for the new one to show up. Alright, so let's get this airbox business out of the way here. One more screw. I think it's got a lot of screws in it. One, two, three, four, five. 5 screws. Alright. Alright, there we go. Whew, the baby is born. Goodness. And it's trying to give me some problems. Alright. So this model vehicle has a funny air filter on it, and that's fine. Let's have a look. It's a Honda filter. It's a Toyo. It's a nice air filter. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. We got a new one for it. This Honda filter is really nice. I like that a whole lot. I wish all of them had a nice canister style filter in it like that. We got a brand new Wix one that will slide in there. Alright, so now we have some room to work on this thing a little bit. Get this little thing to cooperate without busting it. Come on there. Well, it's still stuck on there somewhere. Down there on the bottom. Okay. Might be it. Might be enough, maybe. Come over there, you little rascal. Don't want to take this other hose off because it's got water in it. I don't want to dump water everywhere. I'd have to get a new one anyway, the way this thing is acting. There we go. Whew. It's stuck on there good, boy. Whew. It's still stuck down there on the bottom right here. It's got like a piece of corrosion or something down there. All right. We'll have to look at that when we go back together. If it's in bad shape, might need to get it replaced. All right. Just make sure you don't have anything left. Got everything off of this thing. Has small places to pry at. Just give it a couple bumps here and there. Work around there and it starts coming up easily. You can tell by the way it sounds. Down here. That VVT solenoid looks like it's leaking, so usually I like to start with the valve cover and work my way down towards things because I don't want to do unnecessary work. Go. Stuck on there pretty good. There we go. Success. So this bar might be in the way. Yep. Take this bar out right here. Sometimes you can clear them, sometimes not. That's a 12. All right, get your 12 millimeter out. Take this bar out of the way. Probably won't remove it all the way because It's got all kinds of wires and junk on it. So we might just get it to move enough. Another bolt right there. All 12 millimeters. And just about every wire you touch on this thing wants to have a crinkle. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Come here. No, ma'am. Nebula, here. Sorry. Well, Nebula decided to chase the neighbor. We're still learning. All right, so we got this one here. I got her recall command down pretty good. She came back immediately from that recall. That's kind of nice. Walkers are real bad about just standing there and looking at you. Push pin. Looks like a Christmas tree style push pin. Just about like a one-time use only deal, man. Have to go back with zip ties on these probably, 'cause it's not giving me enough slack. Anything. All right. Enough slack in this here. Maybe that'll be enough. All right, that's good enough. That's all we need is for it to come out. Okay, cams look good. Everybody's happy. Timing chain guides are looking good. Not all busted up. Okay. So that's kind of what it looks like. This is the intake. That's the exhaust. It's all the timing chain jump. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up. And we'll get it back together. All right, so this is a spark plug tube seal, and this is something that's kind of difficult to show, but we'll try to show it the best we can. Now the idea is that we use this punch with the pointed end on it, and we just move it a couple of times. Now I tried it one time with just the little pry bar right here and it just blew it out. Okay. So I gave it a couple of dings there and it came out fairly easily. So you just have to be careful because this is all aluminum. So you just want to give it all you want to do is move it. Just move it a little bit. And then you get in there and I hope I'm not blocking it. Let's see if I'm blocking it. Yep, I'm blocking it. There we go. So that's it. Spark plug tube seal. And so what I'll do is I'll get a big socket or a driver or something and just make sure that you remember how they came out. Put them back in the same way. Hope that helps somebody. Alright, so we'll try to get a couple of these put in so you can see that you could almost just push them in by hand. They're rubber clad seals. It doesn't take much to get them in there. Hopefully everybody can see what I'm doing there. One of these, when I took it out, the edge got a little dinged. So I had to clean that up some. Didn't expect that. So you just want to be extra careful with this aluminum business. So it'll get you in trouble real fast. Go buy a new valve cover. That's not fun. But it'll be fine. So this is the Felpro gasket set that I got with it. It comes with the tube seals and it comes with the little doodads that go on the valve cover on the outside. Comes with those too, so that's nice. Alright, so I've got my 4 points. There's 1, 2, 3. These two are a seam for that front timing chain cover, and then these 2 points are for this end of this cam thing on the end of the head, which I don't know if it helps or not, but I put silicone on those, some right stuff, and then each one of these tubes I put a little bit of silicone, just regular lubricant, not silicone sealant. Just put some silicone lube on there to help them little fellers slide in, because that's what we want. We want cooperation. And I cleaned up my valve cover nice. It's not 100% perfect, but it's good enough. And just trying to kind of gonna get in here, this little feller, best we can. That gasket fits in there pretty good. I wouldn't want to mess with it too much, but it fit in there pretty tight. This end is a little tricky. Whoa. It surprises over here. Okay, get this thing to cooperate some. We'll be in better shape. Seems like that's in the way as much as it was before, doesn't it? It's more like this power steering line is troublesome little feller. There we go. Get it like that. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Just need to move over a little bit. That way. What in the world holding it? Got it in a bind somewhere. Alright, so kind of had to muscle it around a little bit. Finally cooperated. Just kind of give it a nice wiggle. And then I'll put some lube on these seals on these things. Each one of these I'll put a little silicone on it. That's like a little rubber gasket on each one of these. Old seals are quite smashed compared to the new ones. Whoa, they are just crushed. So, all right. So when you go back together with something like this, this is a easy torque situation. You don't want to go nuts after something like this because you'll bust one of those things right off. Each one gets a little music. Kind of a little bit from each direction. See how they feel. Have to keep going around till you get them. You'll feel them stop. And that's where you've got it pushed all the way to it. That's where the end is, and that's where you start your torque sequence, if you care about it. So that's right at the end. So you just give it a little push right there at the end. That's it. All right, well, I'm going to put this back together. Hope this helps someone. Y'all have a good day. Please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, give me some comments. All right, y'all have a good day.